Supervisor Ricker was chair at the time, just to be clear. Would anyone else like to address us on our?
Morning, everybody. This has been an interesting thing that we have going on here. These rights we take to be self-evident. That means they need no proof. They're rights we have. We have inalienable rights. That comes from God. We don't have constitutional rights. Constitution is the protection of God-given rights. We don't get our rights from man. We get our rights from God. And I can't believe I'm even hearing this morning. In fact, I had to check with somebody to make sure I was hearing the right thing. You guys are actually wanting to stymie freedom of speech and tell people what they need to wear. Really and truly, we can't control ourselves. I've never sworn in this room. I may have been loud at times, but I've never sworn or used foul language. And Mary, we have you on Red, White, and Blueprint in an episode that millions of people have seen where you're calling one of your constituents crazy. We have that. And you guys are trying to put forth something to where people have to dress in a certain way. I mean, no shoes, no service, no shirt, no service. What do you think gives you the right? Or we, in the last couple of weeks, have we just become a communist county? Is that what we're doing? Is that what you see? Is that what you understand? Is that what your heart tells you? Is that what your discernment is? Unbelievable. We have a saying, it's saying, I will not comply. Comply means complying with a rule. It means you're not going to do something. This is submission. We will not submit. We will do what we want to do and keep our decorum ourselves. If you can't control yourself, then seek counseling. But when you come in here, the respect you need to have for one another when we're all talking is something that we do need to have. Not laughing at people when they come up here or turning your back on someone during public comment. That's despicable. I still can't believe that you guys are doing that. I can't even believe you're bringing it up. I can't even believe it's on the agenda. Seriously? A decorum of what people can say and what they can't say? That's a violation of First Amendment rights. And I know you probably won't look this up, but I'm sure your attorney will. That is Title 18, Code Section 242. You would be violating that. That's a felony. If you want to look it up, it's United States Code, Title 18, Code Section 242, and it's only a paragraph, so even some of you in the front row can read it. Point being, is we need to be understanding that we have rights, God-given rights. You can't take them away, and we won't submit. And if this is where you're going, then you need to go, Mary. Thank you.
Thank you, and then if anyone else would like to address us, please come on up afterwards. I have no other speaker request cards.
Supervisor Jones, push my button.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate, this says the code of conduct is for the members of the Shasta County Board of Supervisors agree to abide by the following code of conduct. It's for the Board of Supervisors.
Good morning, board and members of the community. I was not going to speak today, but listening to the comments, I thought it was important that I let the board know that I am all in favor of a code of conduct. Most organizations, and I have not done a statistical analysis of all large organizations, but they do have a code of conduct that encourages polite discourse and encourages polite communication. And frankly, it's only until recently did I even have I hate to say courage, but the motivation to come to the board meetings, because what I saw on TV, what I saw on the recordings, was a situation that I did not want to come into because it was really kind of nasty. And I'm using a polite word when I say nasty. And so I think the board, in adopting a code of conduct, will send a message that while we do have First Amendment rights of free speech, there are ways that we can communicate that is polite does not encourage hostility, yelling and screaming. So I just wanted you to hear that at least several people, I hope, in the audience encourages the adoption of some form of code of conduct for the supervisors. And I'm sure that that code of conduct will be modeled after other counties and other organizations, so it will not infringe upon our rights as citizens of the United States. Thank you.
And then Weiss, and then Leslie Savard. Weiss here?
Oh.
And then Leslie Savard.
Hi, I'm Susan Weiss, and I'd just like to say I came up here to reiterate the fact that this is code of conduct for the board, not the audience and the people coming to the meetings. Mary said that before I got here. But if anybody's been to the Board of Supervisors meetings in the last few months or watched on television, I think it'd be hard to say that we do not need a code of conduct. And I support what you're bringing to this, Mary. I think any group needs a code of conduct, and I think we need to revisit that. It is important that we treat each other civilly. It's super important in this day and age. So thank you.
Good morning. Don't mind me while I put my American flag key right down. I think that this pertaining to you guys, specifically, I would be highly offended if you weren't wearing something patriotic or a flag because you represent the constituents in the United States. And anybody who's offended by our flag probably should go leave and find a country that doesn't have a great one. Also, Mary, I love that you put this forward. You are the most divisive member of this board. You speak constantly downgrading your fellow board members. You speak constantly in a, oh, look what they did, but I would never, when you do. I have never heard them speak ill of you up here on the dais. The people who want to get up here and make comments about how terrible, hateful, anti-women these three men are, let me tell you firsthand, as somebody who has worked on campaigns, who has worked with them through the community, I have never met more respectful, more just kind, loving, wonderful men than these three right here.
Amen.
Okay? So the fact that you constantly get up here and belittle them when they have more character in their little finger, whatever, than you do in your entire being.
Do you have anybody else that would like to address us on R3? Oh, come on up. Come on up.
Good morning, supervisors.